Welcome to the Liesa Scott Show. My name is Barry Keach, and I'm here with Liesa Scott.
Hello,
to talk about cyber dating. Okay, now, this is a little different than, in some ways, than internet dating. You're going to approach it from the point of view of someone who lives a great distance away. What do you have to say about it?
Well, you know, 40 or 50% of all people today that are single are probably way above the age of 40, which means all of them have lives, all of them have careers, and to find a match next door is pretty unrealistic because people, as they go along and as they mature, they develop a very definite identity, and they're not as much likely to change anymore. They're not as flexible anymore. So you may find that person next door pretty cute, but you can't live with them. And the problem is, if you're looking for commitment, you need to be able to find somebody that you can actually live with. And that's how you... So it is a very common thing today with airplanes, and people go everywhere, and they are traveling a lot on business, that internet dating, wherever you look, it seems that people are dating in a big space. So it's not even not your own town anymore, it's not your own state. And in my case, it's the other side of the country, all the way down to Texas, all the way up to Canada. Because there are just not that many people that would be a match for me by very logical reasons.
Well, one of the characteristics of America geographically is that it's one of the few countries that spans the width of a continent.
Absolutely.
And when many people move around, go years at a time without seeing relatives, family members.
Disconnection.
It's huge, a huge country. In Germany and England, most of Europe, you can travel to any part of that country in a single day's drive.
And you have the opposite problem over there, which is you can't get away from the people. They're everywhere. They're crowding you. They breeze over your shoulder. You don't have any privacy. You don't have any space. Okay?
So,
in America, it backfires. You have all that, but it backfires because it creates a big problem in how in the world to get people together that want to be together or that would like to be with somebody. So it's a big challenge.
One of the hopes, one of the dreams for those who saw the internet as an opportunity was that it would bridge gaps, it would create opportunities for people to get to know one another who otherwise would never have the opportunity to meet. What do you think about that?
And I think that's absolutely true. I would never have met Mike, the cute guy from Colorado, or I would never have had that date with him on the day when the earth shook in Seattle. Okay? A very remarkable thing to happen. And I would never have met James from the other side in Virginia. And so, yes, it can bring people together. But the problem is, after you get them together, now what? I mean, everybody can go once and find the money and the time or whatever it takes to cross the country to have an interesting date, but that's not what people are dating for. Most people that then like each other really want a relationship. And here you have the next big problem.
Well,
how do you do it?
How do you do it?
You know, I would say there is one big advantage on the internet. If you meet somebody, you can ask a lot of questions, and people are very willing. People that are seriously looking are very sincere answering those questions. The people that do not want to go there are those phantoms, those fake people, those fantasy people.
The illusory persona.
That only want the internet.
Right.
Okay? Those that are willing to jump off the internet real fast are usually also the ones that really answer their questions, and you can almost asking anything you want. And they also ask you a lot of questions that people on dates I have never experienced asking. So the fact that you don't need to look at each other while you're talking about your concerns or your conflicts of interest or the things that you have experienced to be a problem. You don't have to look at the person. And if they are disappointed or if they don't like what you say, so what? You don't see them.
What's your view of these long-distance relationships in America?
Well,
or in your case, transcontinental relationships.
Okay, long-distance relationships always cause a problem in a commitment a committed relationship requires two people to live under the same roof. That's a committed relationship. People need to be physically, emotionally, and mentally available to each other. If you don't have that, you don't have a committed relationship. You have a convenient relationship. And in most cases, it's convenient for one side, but not for the other.
Or an inconvenient committed relationship.
Right. Or you have an yeah, absolutely. So there isn't a committed relationship that is long distance, maybe for a short time, and I would say limited to 2 weeks. Everything beyond that is going to cause a lot of stress on the relationship. It's going to cause problems. It's going to cause resentment. And it probably blows up the relationship real soon.
But how quickly?
Because people just can't, it's unnatural to commitment-minded people to be without the other one. There is no sense of having that relationship if you can't be together.
How quickly should you get together with someone that you've met on the internet?
Okay.
If they meet your criteria.
Okay.
What about timing?
Now, I'm a profi, so I don't think that my time frame would be recommended to others. I'm fast. So I would say double that time. I would say ask good questions. Have your list of conflict of interest available to you on the desk when you communicate with these people to know what to ask for. Don't try to avoid these issues. It's a very safe way to talk to each other on the internet or on the phone.
Now, don't you think that's part of the appeal of it, particularly for women, where they can, from the safety of their home, have a conversation with someone?
Absolutely.
And in their own time and in their own manner, choose who they talk to.
Yeah. Just picture this. You are on a date and you met the guy the first time. You haven't been talking on the phone that much because he lives in town. So now you have him in front of you and you have to say, do you have a criminal record?
Oh, what
and
a
he smiles at you
delightful
and
dinner
he
conversation.
Says, that's none of your business. Yes.
Well, what if you said yes, but no felonies?
You know, on the on the internet, you can just send them an email.
Yes, I'm a professional crook or thief. I have no sexual predator offenses in my record. Is that all right?
You know, I'm really advising people for the internet dating to have certain things on your email. Like, it doesn't hurt to have a criminal record thing.
Well, there actually are several million convicted felons in America who have served time
on the internet,
who have served time and are living lives.
And they are in jail writing email.
Well, some of them are, but there are a lot
of it.
There are a lot of former convicts that are in our general population.
Absolutely.
And many of them
as
are.
an attorney,
many of them are fine citizens.
Well, they are fine citizens, but the question
maybe not someone
is,
you want to date.
The question is, or the fact is, there is a big difference for me for some nice guy who did something wrong early on 20 years ago, who is my neighbor. But do you really want to live with this guy in one house? See, this is where the picture suddenly changes. You know, you have to understand that that choosing somebody to be the only one and the special one that you want to live with has nothing to do. There are people also who say, well, you're discriminating against me. I can discriminate against you anytime I want to, any way I want to, if it comes about picking my guy. And since 99.9% of all the guys out there are not my match anyway, so you are in the very best company. You know, there's Arnold Schwarzenegger
to grace you
Clinton,
with your presence,
who isn't my match either. So what are you complaining about? I mean, there are really guys who claim it's some entitlement. Women the same. You know, there is no entitlement when you're dating.